MMAOddsBreaker. Today we're talking to James Krause, Jorge Masvidal, UFC 178, blah, 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 blah. I'm so bored of the opening and endings of these interviews now. I just basically, I did one with Chael Sonnen like maybe hour and a half ago. I was just like, get over it. We're talking wrestling right now. We just had around for like a half hour talking wrestling. I'm just over it. So, what's been going on with you? I mean, I know you're prepping for this fight. You're trying to get ready, but everyone's had the best training camp of their life. Everybody's in the best shape of their life. Everybody's doing the best thing they've ever done before. Give me something new. What's new in this training camp for you?
I think probably the newest addition for me would probably be like diet, nutrition, and strength. I mean, I don't want to. I've been doing the same strength conditioning program, but I'm just making gains as far as I'm starting to get strong for just being a 6'2" guy. It was hard for me before because I was so tall in the weight class to really get strength. So I'm starting to make good gains. My diet is cleaned up. I got my guy Tyler Minton. He's right next to me here. He's helping me with my diet and stuff like that, and I'm walking around a little bit less than I normally do, which is great. I'm still eating awesome, eating full meals a day, and I feel really good. The camp's gone good. I've had good training partners, different training partners than normal, but the camp's gone good. I mean, I feel really good. I'm always, me, I'm always in shape. I'm always ready to roll, and I'm happy for the opportunity to fight somebody in the top 15. I think it's a great fight, probably the toughest fight of my career so far.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for the challenge.
People don't realize you're 21-5, and I got lucky because I was able to commentate on some of your fights on some of the smaller shows. And people don't realize how good you really are because there hasn't been time to get you on TV as much as they need to. Like, there's so many fighters now that fight for the UFC. It's difficult to get everybody that needs TV time to get on there, and rightfully so, to get you a top 15 opponent. Like, it's hard to make those matches.
Well, I mean, I think with the Stout fight, that kind of put me on the map, and that was great. The Green fight, that it is what it is. That happened, and with Varner, I feel like it kind of got overshadowed by the whole injury thing, which I caused. So I don't understand. It is what it is. So I feel like that kind of put my win in the shadows a little bit. So maybe I'm not getting the credit that I deserve. I don't know, but for sure, the win here, they can't deny me anymore after a win. Next Saturday or the Saturday after next. Sorry.
He's obviously, Jorge's he's a tough opponent. Masvidal is
Sure.
an incredibly tough opponent. He always seems to change up, but he doesn't really change that much. He does have a different kind of game plan every time he comes in, but he's still the same fighter. What fights did you look at to get a real sense of how he's going to try to approach you of his former fights?
Michael Chiesa was the main one that we kind of focused on, and I don't know, man. I think I offer different things than most people. Like, Chiesa is a guy that's going to be going out and looking for the takedown. I mean, I'm a guy that you watch me fight, I don't really care where the fight goes. Maybe I'll take a shot, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll stand with him, maybe I won't. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me where the fight takes place. I think I pose, obviously I pose different dangers than some of the other guys. I think I'm taller than him, which he's probably not used to. I think I'm much more dangerous than most of the guys he's fought, and with the kicks, the front kicks to the face. I think I have a good guillotine. So these are things that he has to obviously watch for, and for him to say that he's not watching for him would be absurd. I think So I think I'm just a little bit more dangerous than most of the guys he's fought, and I pose different threats than what he's used to.
Now, you said you have a different set of training partners. Masvidal trains on American Top Team, and they're known to have the same training partners, and like a lot of guys come in, even when they're not training, that are living in like St. Louis. Like Tyron Woodley will go down there and train, and Robbie Lawler obviously comes down from St. Louis and goes down to the train. So like they have this influx of really, really good training partners at all sorts of different weight classes. And you said you have different training partners for this one. Did you bring in specifically different training partners for this one, or is it just the way it worked out because the way everyone's shifting around right now?
A little bit of both. I was just at ATT a couple months ago. I was training there for the Varner fight. Yep. And my main training partners there were T-Bow and Will Brooks. And I was training next to Masvidal. They don't have anybody there that is like me. They just don't. You know what I mean? Like, there's guys that are as tall as me and stuff like that, but they just don't have anybody that can emulate what I do. They don't have anybody throwing the same guillotine. They don't have anybody switching stances constantly. I pose different threats. And the way for my camp, I had some guys. We've just added some new guys to our gym that probably no one's ever heard of, but they're awesome additions. Got a couple national champion wrestlers in there now. So the training's going good, and as always, I usually do a good job of balancing the business deal with that. I just opened up another school last week, and everything's going good, man.
How can everything be going good when you open up another school? Like that's another stressor. That's another addition. Like, is this thing going to run? Do we have enough in the coffers to pay for 3 months of rent? Like, we're going to get enough students. Like that whole game.
Yeah, no, I actually I partnered with a team that wasn't doing very well, and I'm really not even there. I don't ever work there or anything like that. I have another guys going out there, so it's already making money. It's nothing I have to worry about. So. And I'll worry about it more after the fight, obviously. But right now, Jorge Masvidal is on my brain, and that's what I'm pushing towards every day.
Okay, football season's upon us. Are you watching? Are you not watching?
No, I just, man, right now with the fight, this fight's super important to me, man. It's my chance to crack into the top 15. So no, I really don't. I'm a Redskins fan, if that means anything to you. So that all the more reason not to watch. It's rough. Second team is the Chiefs, obviously. Once again, there's not much to watch there. Right. So, no, man, if it doesn't have anything to do with combat sports, honestly, I really don't watch it. I watch kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, boxing. I'm just a combat sports fan, man.
Are you watching all the other UFC cards that are out there besides the one that you're on? Like, there's so much going on, and sometimes we have 2 and 3 within a week. Are you catching?
Yeah. It's tough to keep up with, but yeah, I mean, I do a pretty good job with it. I love following boxing. I don't miss a Glory event, and I do a pretty good job keeping up with all the UFC events too. I'm a fan, man. You know this. I'm just a fight fan. I love watching Access TV stuff. I watch all that stuff. I DVR it and I'll come back and watch it later, but I don't miss a Access TV event. I'm a fight fan. I love watching the sport. I love learning from other people and seeing who's up and coming, because that's where I was once.
Yeah. Favorite fighter. Who's your favorite fighter? Not you.
It's not gonna be me. In the UFC or outside, doesn't matter.
Anywhere. Yeah.
I have to say, probably right now, my partner in my gyms, his name's Gaston Tongarena. He's he's 1-0 as a pro. He just turned pro. Extensive Muay Thai experience. Just learned how to wrestle. He came to our gym probably 2 years ago. And man, this he's knocking people out nasty, and he's about to be on some big shows here soon. He's really good. He's next level. He'll once he gets some experience under his belt, he'll be in the UFC one day.
Who's the one guy that you would like to fight at any weight class? Not that you don't like him, or the one guy you're pissed off, but just like a guy you think would be a great fight, just stylistically, be someone like you'd be honored to fight, to be able to go in and say, yeah, I fought that guy. Any weight class, doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, no, you're the guy that comes to mind. He's in my weight class, but it just rings in my bell because I asked for this fight. Is Takanori Gomi. I wanted to fight Gomi in Japan. I was lobbying for it. The UFC says all the time, if you want to fight, ask for it. I can't tell you how many times I asked for it on social media. I personally would call Joe Silva and text Joe Silva and ask him, and then end up giving it to Miles Jury. I don't know why. I really, really wanted that fight in Japan.
Yeah.
As a legend of the sport, I feel like it's a good matchup for me, and it's an exciting fight for the fans. I really wanted that fight.
And fighting Gomi in Saitama Super Arena is a huge deal. Being able to fight him over there. I've fought there. I've commentated there. I've been a fan there at some of the shows, and it's a different kind of atmosphere. It's traditional martial arts, and it's real. Everyone wants to talk about, where does everything start for real, and everyone wants to talk about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Obviously started down in Brazil, and you have to go, well, really, MMA as a whole, really the real mecca center for it is right there in Saitama Super Arena. It's an amazing place. That would have been a great fight for you. I really think that would have been a great fight.
Yeah, I do too. I really wanted it just for the, he's a legend. I really wanted to experience that, the Japanese martial arts culture. It was, man, I really wanted it. And I wasn't being disrespectful about it. Maybe I should have been. I probably would have got it, but that's not really my deal. I don't believe in it too much, and I'm doing fine without it. So.
Yeah, obviously you got coming up here Masvidal, not a bad second option, and not too far out. It's not too far after, right? It's the next week. It's the next week
weekend.
after, so it's like
Yep.
it really same time. Better opponent. It all kind of worked out for the best. You beat Masvidal. Where does that put you in the rankings? Remember there's 3 rankings. There's the fans rankings, there's the official rankings, and there's the UFC rankings, which are kind of public but not really, because they still can grab number 1 versus number 10 for the title. It's just sometimes how it works out.
I mean, I just can't imagine a realistic scenario where a win over Jamie Varner, a win over Sam Stout, and a win over Jorge Masvidal doesn't put me in a top 15 ranking in at least one of those 3. If not, then who do I need to fight to do it? I'm down, man. I haven't been given anything in the UFC, that's for sure. I fought Green's top 10. Varner's a former champion. Stout, he's pretty good. So I haven't been given any gifts. Masvidal's 13 now, so it's whoever, man. I don't know what I got to do to prove to these people this is where I belong. But whoever it is, let's figure it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the James Krause getting ready to fight Jorge Masvidal coming up here in UFC 178. It's actually in my hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, September 27th. I was supposed to be out of town, but I'm actually going to be in town for this one now, so I'll be around. So I'll see you next week when you come through. James, thanks so much for coming out to the MMA Oddsbreaker. I appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll definitely be talking to you after.
Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate you having me.